Supported by the Spool House. From prom to weddings, let us suit your formal wear needs.
Making the play. He gets the pin. Raiders are clawing their way back in this game.
Just snipes one.
It's ball game. Over. Save. Oh my God!
Did you see that?
Great diving play.
He's hit a touchdown. Hastings Raiders win the ball game.
It's an interesting dynamic we got going on as well.
Yeah, we're also live now on the TV side. Welcome to Hastings Civic Arena. The Eagan Wildcats, the Hastings Raiders on HCTV and on Eagan TV, as well as here on KDWA Radio tonight. Trey Lauer and Derek Simon with you as the two teams take to the ice. It's the season opener for the Hastings Raiders. It wasn't supposed to be, but it is.
It is, yeah.
And we are set to do battle here in a section game to kick off the season in a big year for Hastings hockey as the hosts of Hockey Day, Minnesota's 20th birthday here in January. It should be a fun one there. But tonight, good crowd on hand at Hastings Civic Arena for what should be a thoroughly entertaining matchup.
It should be. It'll be like we were just saying on the radio side. It'll be a great night for these freshmen who are coming up playing their first varsity games.
Yeah, these are two very young teams. I think I count only 4 or 5 seniors total on the Eagan roster. Both of their goaltenders are underclassmen.
Yeah.
So should be an interesting matchup. JV for Eagan did just win by a 5-0 final score as we go through the starting lineups here for the Raiders. And it looks like it will be, as we suspected tonight, Addison Lanning, who will be in net, the senior netminder for the Raiders. Also out there, Lexi Fenton, the junior forward, as well as Sophie Thorkelson, one of the captains, the senior forward. These are the big sisters that are being introduced actually here. So Allison Werner, a senior forward, also being introduced as a big sister program that they have here with the Hastings Raiders girls hockey. And now they will introduce the starting lineup as they introduce the Eagan Wildcats here. And in their net tonight will be number 30, Alice Whitehead, the junior netminder, who we kind of suspected coming in would be the goaltender. On defense, Britta Anderson, number 27, will be joined by number 16, Lauren Murray. They will also have on the offensive end Reagan Robbins, number 14, and Caitlin Berry, number 8. And the fifth and final is Chloe Stokes, the sophomore forward. So now they'll go to the Raider lineup here. Raiders will be in their white jerseys tonight, the blue breezers, the gold helmets. It will be Lanning in net, as we mentioned. She got some time there at the varsity level last year as kind of the backup, but now it's her turn in net as they introduce Josie Heyman, number 2, the first of 2 defensemen. The second one will be Delaney Solberg. They'll be the defensive pairing that will get the start tonight. Haley Siebenaller, one of those senior leaders for the Raiders, is going to be one of the forwards in the starting lineup tonight, along with Mackenzie Kraut, the freshman, first-year forward, and then number 29, Kendra Otto. And that is your starting lineup for the Raiders. We'll recap that one more time. We do have the national anthem coming up, so we'll pause, and we'll be back after that. Okay, welcome back to Hastings Civic Arena on opening night for high school hockey in Hastings. We mentioned this wasn't supposed to be the first home game for the Raiders. They were supposed to be here on Saturday against Minneapolis. A very late schedule change saw that game get canceled, and they scrimmaged Winona instead. They have found a makeup date and a makeup game against a different opponent. They're going to go all the way up to Morris to take on Morris Benson in January for a makeup game there. It might be December, but they will be doing that. There's the goaltender matchup. Alice Whitehead last year went 6-19-1 with an .866 save percentage. Didn't see a ton of Addison Lanning last year, but we mentioned she did get some time in net. Made 5 saves at the varsity level last year, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I think maybe she played a little JV last year as well, but I can't remember that for certain off the top of my head. So again, the lineup for the Raiders here tonight, it is going to be Siebenaller along with Kraut and Otto, and then it is going to be Heyman and Solberg on defense. Winter sports underway in Hastings. We're underway at Hastings Civic Arena, and the Raiders quickly have it far side in the neutral zone. It's taken away by the Wildcats, and they have a 3-on-3 moving in right away. Take a shot off the face mask of Lanning. The puck goes high into the air and goes around behind the Raider net into the far corner in the Raider defensive end. That's where the Wildcats set up with Barry. Barry tied up in the corner, gets it out to the far circle. Dumps it back. And we got one Raider sprawling. That was Otto making a dive to try to block it. And they put the shot from Murray on net, and Addison Lanning makes the save.
2 nice saves by Lanning right away. Looks like she's in a good position.
HCTV Sports is
Raiders
supported.
now will try to get that second line out there, see if they can get something going.
And a good thing to get a couple saves early on. You know, haven't had a ton of varsity time. Get those early saves. Get yourself an opportunity to experience what it's like here early on. Raiders with their first offensive zone action. Anderson has it for Eagan behind the Wildcats net, sends it toward the far boards, and the puck squirts past Eagan into the Raider defensive zone, and that is where Sophie Thorkelson turns it up ice to the near side at the red line. Connects to the stick of Annie Schriefer, turned over at the circle on the far side, rather the dot on the far side, and dumped in by Granis for Eagan. Here go the Wildcats, snaking through a couple of Raiders and sent behind the net by Lauren Murray. Now the Raiders have it back in possession with Olivia Erickson. Erickson and the Raiders stuck in their defensive end right now here in the early stages of this one as the puck is loose in the far corner. So where Skylar Woodwick is one of a couple Raiders who's tied up with it over there in the corner. Around behind the Raider net, that is where Hastings has it with Siebenaller. Now Siebenaller will fire it toward the near side to Olivia Erickson. Off the stick of Haley Siebenaller, one of those seniors. And along the far boards, back into the Raider defensive end. Josie Heyman has it for Hastings. As the Raiders and Wildcats just trying to feel each other out here early on. Miller with a shot that doesn't quite make it fully off the stick. Along the far wall, Hastings has it back now in neutral ice and connects with the stick of Mackenzie Kraut, who moves in. Raiders had a chance, and it just falls off the stick and rolls back in to the Raider defensive end. Lanning waits for it as Delaney Solberg chases it down to the left of Lanning. Robbins has it now for Eagan. She moves toward the center, now cuts back toward the far circle, takes a shot off the pad of Lanning, loose in front, and the Wildcats are denied, and now Hastings will clear it to the left of Whitehead for our first icing.
Trey, well, we got a moment here. I'd like to just say thank you, and happy Veterans Day to all the vets out there in Hastings and Eagan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, son, grandson, and nephew of several veterans myself. So
yeah, both of my grandfathers proudly served. So happy Veterans Day to all of the vets out there. Puck loose at the red line. Now the Wildcats have it. It's dumped back in around behind the Raider net. That's where Bentley Stoffel chases after it. As we learn some of these new names along with you. Stoffel's got it toward the near side. That is Olivia Erickson, and sent in here go the Raiders moving in and trying a backwards pass, if you will. It doesn't connect, and now the Wildcats have it back in to the offensive zone. 13:45 left, first period, no score. All 3 shots for the Wildcats here so far in this one. Bentley Stoffel had the puck for a moment. Puck goes behind Lanning's net. That's where Caitlin Berry had it for the Wildcats. Now Siebenoller tries to turn the corner for Hastings, and it's knocked back behind the Raider net. That's where it's spent a lot of time here, Derek, in the early stages of this game.
Yeah, Raiders having a tough time getting it out over their own blue line, and Eagan's pressuring them.
Here comes more pressure from the Cats. Robbins has it at the near circle, takes a shot off the stick, maybe the blocker of Lanning, and it stays out, and the Raiders do clear it down for an icing.
Another icing. Raiders just need a line change. They've been unable to get the puck out of their own end, and the only way they've been able to get off the ice is send that puck all the way down the ice.
These two teams met last year towards the end of the regular season. Eagan won that game 5-2, and that ended up being big because they were the 7 and the 8 seeds in sections last year. So the winner of that game ended up getting the 7. As the faceoff is stuck along the wall on the far side, the Raiders finally get it out now. And that is where Siebenoller has it as she crosses the blue line, gets it towards the Hockey Day logo on the blue line there, and a first shot for the Raiders is just sent wide by Josie Heyman. Got some extra accessories on the ice this year with the Hockey Day logos to celebrate being the host city of the famed event. Puck is in the neutral zone. Sent in here by Lauren Wedward for Eagan to the near corner. That's where Hastings sets up with it with 12:20 to go here in the first period. Raiders still looking for their first shot on goal. Eagan has 4 but has not found Twine just yet. At the far point, nearly intercepted by Hastings as the pass goes ricocheting off the boards behind Lanning's cage. Now towards the far wall. That is where Schriefer has it in the corner. Schriefer now tape to Heyman, and Heyman will send it down for another icing.
Third time now the Raiders have iced the puck in the first 5 minutes or so of the first period of the year.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. I mean, that's kind of the only way they've been able to get out of trouble here so far. It's been a pretty tilted ice here in the early going.
Yeah, it has been. Unfortunately, just missed connecting on a few passes in the offensive end earlier, and the Raiders unable to get a shot off.
Olsen for Eagan off the faceoff. Might have got to Lanning, denied, and then it is in the back of the net, and Eagan strikes first. Mackenzie Danich from the near circle puts it past Lanning, and the Wildcats lead 1-0.
Lanning made the initial save, it looked like, and the puck came back out in the slot. And they were able to put it over her right shoulder for the first goal of the game.
So Mackenzie Danich gets Eagan on the board as it was kind of a loose puck from the near circle, and then the ricochet right back out to Danich, who punched it in, and that's where things stand now. 1-0 Eagan here with 11:35 to go in the first period. And now the Wildcats have a 2-on-2. It's Danich again being flanked by Hayden Olsen. The puck goes around behind Lanning's net with 11:20 to go in the first period. Wildcats have it back. It's Robbins. Finagles in, takes a shot, fired it off the stick high and into the netting here.
Yeah, Eagan has been doing a nice job getting it. They finally got the puck inside, and then on that slot shot just over the right shoulder for that goal. Another face-off in the offensive zone for Eagan.
So here go the Raiders off the face-off with Hamann. Fires it around to the half wall for the Wildcats. It ricochets off of a Raider in the near circle. Puck is loose there. And here go the Raiders 2-on-1 as they come up ice with it now. And no pass there for Annie Schriefer. It does go behind Whitehead's net. And the Raiders can't keep it in the zone. Egan's got it with a 3-on-2. That's become a 3-on-3 as Murphy spins in, takes a shot, and nice deflection before it reached Lanning. Now Stokes in the far corner for Eagan. Sets up to the point. with Caitlin Berry. Berry fires one, trickles in, rebound, and Lanning made the first save. It bounced back out. She makes the second save and keeps this 1-0.
Difficult first save there with a bouncing puck, and then she was able to come across the crease and make a really nice save.
So 10:30 left in the first period. Mackenzie Danich with the goal for Eagan, and that's where things stand 1-0. Shot from the point, deflected off of a Raiders stick, and Hastings tries to enter the zone with Siebenhaler. She cuts up towards the middle of the ice as she enters the slot, and it sails into the far corner. And now here go the Wildcats again. Far wall, 2-on-2 as she enters the zone with Robbins. Robbins has it taken away, and here go the Raiders back to work. Dumped in by Stoffel. And Eagan's got it in the corner here on the near side in the Eagan defensive zone. Puck squirts free, in front, takes a shot. The first shot for the Raiders is saved by Whitehead. Miller crosses the red, crosses the blue. Darts and fires it just behind her. Misfires on the pass. And now it'll roll down into the corner on the near side. That's where Murray has it for the Eagan Wildcats. 1-0 Eagan in front with 9:25 to go here in the first period. Puck goes now into the Hastings end in the near corner. Raider will blow a tire. That's Solberg, who's down behind the net. She's back up. And the Raiders will try to clear it out here with Skylar Woodwick. Puck is out to neutral ice. Now Miller has it as she enters the Hastings zone. Off her stick for a moment, and I believe she's offsides.
Raiders got that first shot. See if we can get some more action in the offensive zone. Been able to control the puck a little better, get it into the Eagan end, but unable to do much with it once it's been down there.
Face off of the near dot on the Hastings side of the neutral zone. Face off is won by the Wildcats. They'll set up on the block H. Now Dixon will dump it in for Eagan. It'll roll from one end to the other here to the near side. That's where it's set up and taken away by Eagan for a moment, or by Hastings for a moment. Now Eagan's got it back. Wedward with a shot and covered by Addison Lanning.
Nice save again there by Addison. She's out at the top of her crease, in position, able to smother that one, and we'll have a face-off to her right.
Lanning's been busy here early and has stopped 6 out of 7 so far. As the puck comes out to the far point. That one slides in on Lanning. It ricochets off the blocker, gains about 10 feet, and rolls toward the corner. Now it's set up there for Olivia Erickson. Erickson, it's dumped. They can't get it back out. Now they'll throw it back in. It's loose in front. Shot and a save by Lanning. It was a turnover right in front of Lanning. Wedward in all by herself, and Addison Lanning covers.
Just a couple feet up from Lanning. Turnover in front of the off a skate, and Lanning in position again, smothers it, and we'll have another face-up to her right.
That was more of a, less of a turnover and more of a wrong place, wrong time. As a face-off here taken by the Wildcats. They've got it back. Another shot doesn't reach Lanning this time as it ricochets off a Raider. Skylar Woodwick tries to bring the puck up, but it's taken away at the red line. And it's loose now as they try to dump it into the zone. Olsen will circle the wagons for Eagan. She's got it around behind the net. Loses it behind the Eagan net. That's where it's turned over to Schriefer for a moment. But Olsen's got it right back behind the Eagan net as the Raiders try to do anything, gain some offensive zone time here in this first period, being outshot 9-1 at this moment. Dump back in. 7:40 to go, first period. 1-0 Eagan in front on a rebound to take the lead. They've got it back with Olsen as she's in the neutral zone. Taken away by Siebenhaler. Puck is loose along the far wall. Now it's stuck against the far wall. That's where it's taken away by Schwark. Schwark will move in. She goes down. Nothing from the officials. And I think now we do have something coming here. Late signal from the officials, and I think this is going to be a penalty on Eagan. So Allie Schwark with the game's first penalty, and Hastings will go to the power play with 7:19 remaining here in the first period.
Yeah, the big call here is Eagan had the puck in the offensive zone, and Schwartz called with a tripping call to give the Raiders a chance to be down in that Eagan end if they can win a faceoff, see if they can get some offensive zone time.
They do win the faceoff this time, and they'll set up with Stoffel at the point. Shot point to Olivia Erickson, but it doesn't come off the stick and doesn't reach net. Now it's in the neutral zone. Erickson's got it. She retreats. Tape to Stoffel on the near side. And ricochets around behind now. Here's Erickson. Waits. Quarterbacking this power play, if you will. Up to Annie Schriefer. Schriefer tries to get it in. And with 6:40 to go in this first period, 6:35 left in the period now, 1:15 on the power play. Wildcats have it in the corner. Now they set up in the neutral zone with Barry. We're down to 1 minute left on this power play.
Another tripping call coming up here, Trey, and the Raiders should have a 5-on-3 power play for 53 seconds.
Yeah, Robbins is going to go to the box for tripping, and for the Raiders, 53 seconds of 5-on-3. If you want to get some momentum back, here's the chance to do that right now.
Yeah, and you'd think Eagan will be a little less. They'll probably stay back and play a 1-2 kind of triangle in their own end. The penalty kill of 5-on-4 was very aggressive.
So the Raiders have a 5-on-3, but Eagan will win the faceoff. The Wildcats will go back to work here. They've got it at neutral ice. That is Lauren Murray who sends it in. Now the Raiders have it back off the far wall, taken right back by Murray, and chased after now by Tabitha Granis, who's got it for Eagan at the blue line. And the Wildcats just kind of have to retreat as Siebenoller nearly gets the puck, but it's dumped back in by Eagan with 16 seconds left on the 5-on-3. And are we going to get another penalty? We are. This one's going to go against Haley Siebenoller, so there goes the 2-skater advantage. And now we'll go 4-on-3 for 14 seconds. Then we'll be 4-on-4 for just over a minute, and then Eagan will have a short power play.
Eagan 3-on-5 had the puck the whole time and was able to draw a penalty on the Raiders. Great job by their penalty kill, and we will set up here in the Hastings end.
So Haley Siebenoller in the box for 2 minutes for the Raiders. And still a skater advantage. That is now back to 4-on-4 hockey for the next 1:02. And then Eagan will have about 38 seconds of power play time. Raiders trying to get the puck out just past the stick of Skylar Woodwick, who gets it into the zone, coming together there. And the puck is loose and goes out of play and into the penalty box, as Robbins has to duck and cover to avoid an inadvertent puck.
Now we're at 42 seconds here at 4-on-4 play. With it going out of play, we'll be at center ice.
Face off right on the middle of the H at center ice for the Raiders. Now stuck up against the yellow on the wall on the far side, right in front of the Cub Foods logo. That's where it's kind of tied up there as it's still loose, and now the Raiders will get it out to Olivia Erickson. And now the Raiders, down goes the Raiders. Stokes comes out with it in their defensive end to Wedward. And Wedward looking for a pass taken away for a moment by Hastings. Now with 4:15 left in the period, we're going to be down to an Eagan power play in 4 seconds, so the Raiders need to get this out of their zone. We are now 5-on-4 in favor of Eagan, with Hastings Siebenoller in the box for another 30 seconds here. Anderson's got it at the circle, takes a shot. It just goes off the blocker of Lanning and will sail wide down to Whitehead. At the near circle. Shifting quickly across the ice, it's Barry. Barry moving through, loses the puck. But the Wildcats keep it in the offensive zone with Robbins. Robbins over to Murray. Murray moving in. Shot doesn't make Lanning's net. It was off the skate of another Raider. Hastings is now full strength with 3:30 to go. So all penalties killed here in this first period so far. Robbins has it on the stick. Robbins trying to weave through a couple of Raiders. Has it in the far corner. Changes direction. And Wedward's shot is wayward with 3 minutes to go here in the opening period. Now Siebenall just trying to get it out, but waiting for it is Lauren Murray for Eagan. Shot right in front, rebound! Lanning makes the save. The puck stays out, they don't blow it dead. It just kind of hung to the left of the goalpost, but the Raiders get it out. And can't get it out of their zone, but get it out of a dangerous opportunity. Now they get it out of their zone, and it is iced.
Eagan doing a nice job of moving the puck around. They had a tip in front, and I think they missed on the rebound attempt. As you say, Trey, it was just to the side of the net. Raiders ice the puck and get some new legs out on the ice.
So 2:30 left in this first period. 11-1 the shot advantage for Eagan in favor of Hastings, but the Raiders have a crack now. Take pass, centering pass, shot loose in front, and Whitehead makes the stop on Mackenzie Kraut, who got a beautiful feed from Lexi Fenton. Kraut with the best look the Raiders have had tonight, but Alice Whitehead was ready.
Raiders came in, just a backhand pass over down, and Kraut down the middle of the ice takes a shot low, and Whitehead's able to save it.
Now the puck is in the Eagan end, and the Raiders can try to generate some zone time here at the end of the period. 2:08 left, and sent to the neutral zone. That's where Bentley Stoffel tries to fire it in, and Eagan's got it behind their net with 2 minutes to go here in this first period of action. And now Eagan will ice the puck to the right of Addison Lanning with 1:50 remaining.
The Raiders keep trying to dump that puck in deep, but Eagan's been so good at just skating the puck out. Barry, especially, has been very noticeable at taking the puck coast to coast here several times tonight.
1:49 left. Face-off win for the Wildcats. They will meander toward the near side with Murray. Murray with speed, moves in, takes a shot, puck loose in front in the blue paint. Lanning gets it out. It's loose again. Down goes a Wildcat on their knees, puts a shot on net on Lanning, and Hammond comes out of there with it for a moment. Now along the near wall. And up and into the student section. That was a crazy sequence there. Couple of rebounds, and then we nearly saw a Blake Hoffarber impression by the Eagan Wildcats here. As right there, ball's down, and Stokes nearly gets it in, laying on the ice.
Yeah, Josie Heyman did a good job of tying her up, actually knocking her to the ice, and still able to get that shot off.
That Blake Hoffarber reference came out of nowhere. Here's a shot by the Wildcats off the blocker of Lanning with 1:15 left here in the first period. That's where Barry has it. Barry fires a shot. Lanning covers, makes the save. Puck is loose, bounces back out to the far wall. Moving in with 1 minute left in the period. Puck is loose, a stick goes flying, just sails to the right of the cage of Addison Lanning. And it's all Eagan right now on the offensive end. Pressure is relentless from the Wildcats. Barry tries for a centering pass from behind the net, and it goes all the way down to Whitehead. Anderson's got it back now for the Wildcats. Anderson moves it up Crosses the blue line, crosses the red, now into the Hastings zone. Anderson takes a shot, and Addison Lanning covers for the Raiders.
Lanning's been terrific so far. Again, she comes out to the top of her crease and makes a solid save. Able to corral it for a face-off, and some fresh legs come out for the Raiders with 26.2 seconds.
So Siebenaller will face off with, I believe that's Granis, who will take it for the Wildcats. And the face-off goes behind Lanning's net to Bentley Stoffel, who dumps it near side to Sophie Thorkelson as we're down to 17 seconds left in the period. Puck along the far wall. The Raiders going to try to get one more look here at the end of the first. It's dumped back in, goes behind the cage with 5 seconds, and Eagan just going to try to let this clock run out. Granis has it, and that is the first period. It is 16 shots to 2 in favor of the Eagan Wildcats here in the first period. Hastings with a couple of good looks, but they were not able to find a goal. Mackenzie Danich did on a redirect, and that gave Eagan a 1-0 lead here at the end of this first period.
And as the Raiders head off the ice, down 16 shots to 2, we'll look at the replay of the goal here for Eagan. Come out in the slot, and then again, as we said, just that shot over the right shoulder of Lanning. Couldn't really do much with that when she's already down. And Eagan took the 1-0 lead. Shot 16 to 2, but the Raiders probably have another 6-8 block shots as well. Like to say hello to our sponsors here at Spool House. From prom to weddings, let us suit your formal wear needs. Spoolhouse.com. We want to thank the Spool House again for sponsoring tonight's broadcast.
That's the end of the first period. Raiders trail 1-0 to Eagan.
Today, 4 Minnesotans lost their lives from fentanyl poisoning.
And 4 more will tomorrow.
Fentanyl is the #1 killer of 18 to 45-year-olds.
It's killing more and more 12 to 17-year-olds. They're people we care about.
Like my brother.
My sister.
My best friend. We have the power to make a difference in our community. Join us in the fight against the fentanyl crisis.
The United Heroes League mainly uses sports as a bridge to help military families stay active and engaged in their communities. We have over 40 professional teams that partner with us for free tickets and camps. We provide access to free sporting equipment.
UHL has provided us with a lot of equipment and a lot of gear that is otherwise sometimes hard to attain.
It's really cool. I get all this free stuff, and it's because of my great dad who is a veteran.
UHL has been a great supporter, not just for our family, but for all the military families.
We're excited to see what the future holds. We can't wait to see where it goes.
for the start of the second period here, Raiders and Wildcats. Shots 16-2 in that first period, and it was an Eagan team. You know, they're a young team too, much like Hastings, but you could see they had a lot of speed in that first frame.
They had a lot of speed and size as well. Several of those girls are taller, and Raiders just gonna have to find a way here to slow them down, and as I said, try to keep them from going all the way up the ice without having to make a pass. I think that would be a huge difference in the game.
So as we gear up for this second period, Raiders and Wildcats section game right away too. You don't see that very often.
You don't. And you know, we were talking about all these ninth graders on both sides. Well, teams being so young, by the end of the year, they're going to be completely different teams, of course. So
the section standings from last year, Eagan and Hastings both played one section game. Eagan was Hastings was Eagan's only section win last year, and then they both played. Remember last year, Eagan, I think it was last year, took Cretin-Durham Hall to the brink in sections. It might have been 2 years ago, but they held Cretin-Durham Hall pretty much in check for a while. Well, Hastings lost to Rosemount, but unfortunately both teams ended up losing those games, and Rosemount ended up going to the state tournament last year, and I believe did they win a game at state last year? I think they did. They might have. I'll have to go back and look. But we're underway nonetheless here in the second period. As the Wildcats quickly have it behind the net, and that is where Robbins has it at the circle. Robbins nearly loses it, gets it back, dumps it off to Murray. Murray will rope it around, shot in front, shot rejected, saved by Lanning. And now the Wildcats have it behind their net with 16:25 remaining early on here in the second period. Robbins goes out towards center ice. She's got it. 1v1, moves in, takes a shot. It's fired high and into the glass behind Addison Lanning. Raiders still trying to get it out of their zone just past the stick of Thorkelson. It squirts through the legs of Murray and then goes around behind Lanning's net to where Bentley Stoffel picks it up. Stoffel looking for a pass, but it's going to get by everybody, go behind the Wildcat net, and that is where their number 7, Lawrence, has it. Erica Lawrence, the sophomore defensive player, has it for the Wildcats. She moves in and fires. It's going to hit the stick of Lanning and go back to Bentley Stoffel, who then takes a spill and a penalty coming up. I think we had a little 7-on-7 crime there as number 7, Erica Lawrence for Eagan, goes to the box for tripping Hastings number 7, Bentley Stoffel.
And if that was not called, they would have had a point-blank shot on Lanning. But now the Raiders are going on early power play in the period here. See if they can get some momentum they can build on to start this period.
Yeah, these are the kind of things right here that can swing it. A power play to get a tying goal when you've got 2 shots the whole game. Face-off won by the Raiders. And it will go behind the cage of Whitehead, but Eagan's got it. They will try to clear it, and they will as they get it past Solberg and down to the left of Lanning's net. Lanning then has to race back into the net because the Wildcats speed down to get to it. We're 3-on-2 at center ice. Puck is now loose. That's where Haley Siebenaller has it, and she's offsides.
Just lost the puck there right before the blue line, and that was all it took for Kendra Otto to cross just in front, and the Raiders will have a face-off outside of the zone with 1:36 left on the power play.
Face-off will come at the dot towards the penalty box on the far side. Now tape-to-tape pass. It comes to Olivia Erickson, takes a shot, fires high, and just high of the bar. And now the Raiders had it at the point for a moment and lost it. Erickson will chase it down, spin it back around behind her net, and try to set up all over again with still 1:16 on the power play. Erickson goes down into the boards. That's where Annie Schriefer has it for the Raiders. And now they've got it on the near side wall. Thorkelson at center ice, cuts back toward the middle. Thorkelson Now veers toward the far side, takes a shot, it's saved by Whitehead, squirts back up into the air, and it now will go off of a Raider kept in the offensive zone, however, and now Eagan will clear it with 14:20 to go here in the second period. Still 1-0, Eagan over Hastings.
Turnover at the blue line, sorry, that's right.
Nope, no worries. Robbins gets it off the turnover, and now Hastings has it back. Setting up on the power play, still 30 seconds left on said power play. Enters into the zone, fires it in, and it's off the wall. And all the way down to the right of Addison Lanning. Now Delaney Solberg with the puck at the far circle in the defensive end for the Raiders. Centered, back in center ice with it for a moment was Mackenzie Kraut. Now Siebenaller tied up there, and the power play is going to expire. We are full strength here at Hastings Civic Arena. Raiders now 0 for 2 on power plays tonight.
Raiders did have one shot on that power play, so they have 3 now tonight.
Eagan with a shot in front, might have just grazed Lanning, but it stays out. And now Anderson from the circle sets up, and Lanning will cover.
Again, out on top of that crease, square to the shooter, able to make a shot right into her stomach, saves the puck, and we'll have another face-off here in the Eagan offensive zone.
Face-off coming, won by the Wildcats. Raiders with another blocked shot to keep it out. Anderson at center ice turns it over, and here go the Raiders into the offensive zone, and the shot just sails past Whitehead. 4 shots now for the Raiders, 2 in this period, make it 5. And a glove save by Whitehead, the goaltender for Eagan.
Raiders able to get that turnover, get down into the offensive zone, and get a couple shots on Whitehead.
Face-off coming now at the near side boards. Just to the right of the net. Now Hastings veering through, taking a shot off the face mask, loose in front, puck is still loose in the blue paint, and Whitehead will cover. As she had Fenton and Schriefer all over her, but Whitehead stops it.
Okay, Raiders went around behind the net, came out front, got a shot, had 3 girls right in front of the goalie, but Whitehead able to put that puck behind her stick and able to get a face-off. Raiders out shooting Eagan now 5-1 in the second period.
Much better second frame here so far from the Raiders, as they still trail 1-0, but have a little momentum on their side right now, as they've got some sustained offensive zone time. And now they lose it, and Murray goes to work 2-on-2 from the circle, fires just past. There was an opening on the far side of the net. She sent it too high and wide. Bottled up in the far corner in the defensive zone. Raiders trying to get it out with Erickson. Erickson still tied up with Eagan's Chloe Stokes. And now Barry has it for Eagan. 11:55 left in the second period of this game. A 1-0 lead for Eagan over Hastings in the season opener of high school hockey in Hastings here tonight for both boys and girls. Just day 2 of practice for the boys. Girls have been at it since a little after Halloween. Puck loose in front. Lanning makes the save. It bounces back out to the near circle. That's where Murray sets up from the point. Loose in front again. Couple of players go flying all sorts of different directions, and the Raiders just try to dump it to get it out, but Eagan's got it back in neutral ice as the pace picks up. Barry, centering feed, and it doesn't get off the stick of Stokes. Now the Raiders have it back. They'll get it into the neutral zone with Siebenaller. Siebenaller moves in. 11:05 left in the period. Puck into the corner. 11:02 left. Raiders have more offensive zone time. Back to Thorkelson in the slot, but nobody home. She just hits it off the boards. Now it comes back near side here. That's where Robbins picks it up for the Wildcats. Robbins moves in, takes a shot, and Lanning is ready.
Lanning's been fast. fantastic now. 17 saves on 18 shots so far.
Yeah, she's been really, really good. The one that she gave up was not necessarily all on her either.
No, it's kind of a loose puck in the slot. She was already down in her positioning, and the puck just went over her shoulder.
10:38 left, second period. Puck at the blue line. It's turned back over to Wedward. Wedward from the far circle moves in, shot loose, puck loose in front, and bodies go flying as Lanning, I think, covers. It looked like she covered there. We'll see. They're not signaling anything, which means that she stopped it. Oh, good save. Very good save, because if she was one step further away, that's in the net, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, just off a skate, change of direction. She's able to spot it right away and cover it up.
Keeps this a one-goal game. 10:25 left, second period. 1-0 your score. Eagan in front. Mackenzie Danich, the goal scorer for the Wildcats. Raiders have had some but minimal offensive zone time in this game. They've got it back now in their defensive end, just trying to get it out. They'll turn it over briefly. Wedward had it, but Josie Heyman is there for the Raiders. Now Hastings fires it back off the mid-state sign in the defensive zone. It's loose and neutral ice behind Wedward and back into the Eagan defensive end for Laura Dixon. Back onto the stick of a white jersey. Raiders have it back. Now it squirts down to the circle on the near side, but would have been offsides had Schriefer touched it, so she lets it go with 9:30 to go. Looking for a pass to Tabitha Granis. Just past her, would have sprung her in all alone. 9:20 left. Puck is tied up, wedged against the boards in the far corner. Now Heyman is there for Hastings. Gets it to the stick of Skylar Woodwick. Woodwick gets it behind the net as the Raiders have it in their defensive end, but can't get it out of the circle right now. Now they will. Fired up ice just past the stick of Woodwick, down past Murray, and Whitehead will cover. So Raiders out shooting Eagan 5-2 in the period, but still down 1 goal, looking for their first.
And I think that early power play, like we had talked about, gave them a little momentum. A lot of those shots came right after the power play. Eagan's kind of stabilized everything now, and see if the Raiders can make another push.
Puck goes into the corner on the near side. That's where the Raiders have it back. 8:48 left, second period. At the blue line, dumped back in by Stoffel, looking for Mackenzie Kraut, and nothing doing there. Eagan sets back up. Goes to work on the power play. Here goes Schwark. Schwark to Danich, and Danich has it deflected by Bentley Stoffel with 8:25 left here in the second period. Far boards. Now back to the stick of Danich. Nobody home on the pass as she looks for, well, nobody. And Olivia Erickson makes was the closest Raider, I should say, in the vicinity with 8:08 left in the second period of action here at Hastings Civic Arena. And now Mackenzie Kraut along the near side wall takes a spill. Puck is onto the stick of Barry for Eagan. To Robbins. Robbins in all alone. Takes a shot. Lanning makes the save. It bounces back out to Robbins. She's got it back at the circle and throws it in. And it's deflected off the Raider. Another block shot for Hastings. Almost goes in again. Just goes past the net as the Wildcats threatening here. Murray from the point. Off the skate of a Raider with 7:28 to go here in the second period. Back to, that is Pogachnik for Eagan, Ella Pogachnik. And dump back into Whitehead, who makes the save and will cover. Couple of really dangerous chances there by Eagan. And Addison Lanning stopped one of them. The other one was a really good chance that I don't think even made the net.
And Robbins, yeah, she came straight in all alone, and Lanning was able to make the save.
Lanning's been really good for her first extended time at the varsity level. Now we've got a one-on-one moving in, but around behind the net, that is where Caitlin Berry had it for Eagan. She takes a spill. Stokes is there. Lawrence has it now. Lawrence from the point takes a shot just past the goal crease. And the Raiders trying to get it out. That's Lexi Fenton who does get it out. And it just sails past a Raider, and Lawrence, and icing is the call.
No goals here, and so far in the second period, played a little over 10 minutes. Much more even period for Hastings as some of those ninth graders have gotten their feet under them, and Eagan not been able to just take the puck down the ice so easily.
Two teams with a lot of a mixture of some youth and some experience across these two rosters tonight, as we got a turnover here. Kendra Otto tries to bring the puck in, but Miller takes her off the puck. Now a shot loose in front, dangerous play. Eagan nearly put it in their own net. And now Wedward's got it at the red line. Wedward speeds across the blue, takes a shot off the pad of Lanning. It goes in, but a really wise defensive play by the Raiders to keep that out. It almost crossed the goal crease off a ricochet from Lanning, but it stays out and it stays 1-0. Kept in, Wedward. Turned back over. Now the Raiders, I think, we're going to get a whistle here. But what a sequence this was. As Addison Lanning made the save originally, it rebounds up, nearly goes in, and who was that? Was that Bentley Stoffel, who got a stick on it and kept it out mere seconds before it goes in the net for Eagan's second goal.
Eagan now 20 shots, and Lanning 19 saves already.
Robbins taking the face off with Schriefer. Puck goes back to the neutral ice to Olsen. It's turned over. Raiders have a breakaway with Schriefer. She moves in, and Whitehead makes the save. Oh, good look for Annie Schriefer. A turnover taken back. Shot just sails wide. Schriefer's got it now at the circle, and it's taken away by Murray. Best look the Raiders have had all night. Schriefer on the breakaway, but Whitehead denied. And now Stokes all by herself, but the puck way past her into the offensive zone. Gets it to Olsen at the near point. Olsen dumps it off the wall back to Lawrence. Lawrence sends it back to the far point now to Murray. Murray behind the net looking for Stokes. A couple of players take a spill in the corner on the near side with 5 minutes to go. Olsen back to Murray at the far point. Now at the circle, back to the center, into the slot. Now back to the point, it's Olsen. Eagan just looking for a shooting lane right now with 4:45 left here in the second period. Wildcats threatening it for their second goal. Raiders just had a breakaway denied moments ago. Back between the circles, puck is loose there, and Hastings will finally clear it and get it out of harm's way. Here go the Wildcats, back up ice with Murray. Murray moving in. Tries to backhand it, but nothing there. Now it rolls back down to Whitehead, who's out of her net to get it. Whitehead to Hayden Olsen, who has it for the Wildcats. Near side, pass to the stick of Lauren Murray. Murray back now far side to Caitlin Berry. Berry ricochets or ropes it around behind, finagles into the zone to Anderson. Anderson fires in, and that is wide of the net. With 3:43 left here, and Raiders kill off that penalty that they never announced. 3:35 left here in the second period, as Britta Anderson moving in for Eagan, takes a shot, puck is loose, landing out of the crease. Anderson can't connect, and it just goes behind the net. With 3:20 to go here in the second period. Puck loose in front, shot saved Lanning. As it was a turnover right in front, Wedward put it on net, and Lanning made the save. We're down to 3 minutes to go now. Stoffel has it in the far corner for Hastings. She gets tied up there. Hastings gets it out to Otto. Otto dumps it off the wall. Dixon's got it for Eagan as we cross under 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Much more frantic, frenetic pace. We have a whistle and a stoppage. Much faster pace in this second period.
Yeah, you can see Eagan's speed just kind of taking over there. But here's the breakaway for the Raiders, and it looks like either she was trying to go 5-hole or lost it on the way in. Either way, good chance there for the Raiders.
Face off with 2:50 left. Hastings has it at the circle. They can't get a shot away. Dixon to Barry. Barry's got it as she'll cross the blue line on the far side. Barry centering pass, loose in front, doesn't reach Lanning. Now, here goes Olivia Erickson. Erickson's got it at the circle. Erickson moves in. She's got it around behind. Now spins back all the way out to the point, just trying to set something up. Dumps it back near circle. That is Woodwick. And the Raiders have possession once more with Annie Schriefer. Schriefer moving in from the circle, takes a shot, just sent high of the bar. Good work from the Raiders there to find a shooting lane, just couldn't put it in the back of the net. Now Delaney Solberg with it for the Raiders, off the boards, along the far side, just past the stick of a Raider. And Eagan will retreat. We cross under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Down goes a Wildcat, no call. Raiders get away with one there. Robbins has it at the circle. Robbins spins it down behind the Lanning net. That is where Haley Siebenaller has it for Hastings. Siebenaller just past the stick of a sprinting Mackenzie Kraut. Now along the far wall, it's going to go all the way to the right of Whitehead's net here. 21-8, the shots in favor of Eagan. 1-0, Eagan, the score here. Schwark just past her, given away. Thorkelson tries to bring it up. Thorkelson between a couple of Wildcats has it ripped away back to Schwark. Schwark with a 1:05 left here in the first period. Back to the red line. That's where the Raiders have it. It's Schriefer speeding in. Loses it with 1 minute to go at the far circle. Fires a shot. And Whitehead makes a glove save, then loses it for a moment and has to cover, but it stays out.
Close play there for the Raiders as that shot came in. Save made, dropped down by her feet, and there were two Raiders right there ready to bounce on that puck.
So 56 seconds left in this second period. Eagan leading 1-0. Danich with the goal. That's been the only damage done by the Wildcats so far, despite a sizable shot advantage in this game. Not as sizable as it was, however. Wedward across the blue line, rotates and spins back out at the circle. We're down to 39 ticks left. Lawrence has it back to Murray. Murray takes a shot, fires, it's loose in front, puck still loose, and nearly cleared by the Raiders, but not quite, with 28 seconds to go. Back behind the net, the Wildcats looking for one last crack. The puck is loose, the race is on, and down goes a Raider, down goes a Wildcat. The Wildcat that's sprawled across the ice ends up with the puck on her stick and can't clear it out. Now Hastings will dump it in, and that'll be the period. No, we'll have an icing with 3.9 left here in the second. So we'll have time for a face-off, and to use a basketball term, a catch and shoot.
Yeah, and exactly with 3.9 seconds left. See how they handle this. They try to win the puck back or just pull it forward. Maybe even try to get a shot off from in the slot area.
So 3.9 left. And that is going to be the period. So we've reached the end of period number 2. No goals in the second, but Hastings and Eagan, a little bit tighter second period there.
Yeah, I think Eagan still had the better chances and more of the play in the Raiders' end, but the Raiders did outshoot them, I believe, 7-6 in the period. So much better performance for the Raiders at that second period. We got just one goal down, and we'll have the third period coming up.
We will be back for the third period. Don't go anywhere. This is Hastings Raiders Hockey.
And as we
He gets the pin. What a move, what a goal! Oh, and a shot scores! The Raiders, can they get the lift? Yes, they do.
Just snipes one.
Oh my God! And reaching up and making the play.
it's moving.
It's over.
Looking to throw, and she's going to get the first down.
Gone! Touchdown Raiders!
But here is the difference for the class of 1990.
We went from Mom Pie Eagles to Al and Peg.
I know you're all excited about Y2K. You could lose power or party like it's 1999.
Hastings High School has been graduating seniors since the first commencement of the
Congratulations, class of 2023. Go Raiders!
Funding for community TV is in rapid decline, and HCTV will not survive without your help. Let your local representatives know that you support community TV. To learn more, visit savecommunitytv.com.
start of the third period on a beautiful night. Eagan's jersey's matching what the sky looks like right now outside, apparently being sent some pictures of the Aurora, should we call them Aurora Eaganalis? That's overhead, Aurora Borealis outside tonight, so if you're out and about, look up. But inside, it is 1-0 between Hastings and Eagan. We were just talking before coming back on the air here on the TV side that 22-9 the shots, but only being down 1, that has to be, I don't know if you're a believer in moral victories, but that has to be kind of a moral victory for the Raiders.
Yeah, I think so. And like we said earlier, there's a lot of young players out here tonight. They're getting their legs under them in that first period. The second period was a lot more even. So from the Hastings perspective, I think there was some improvement, some changes made in that second period. And this goaltender Lanning has been outstanding, keeping the girls in the game. Yeah,
she has been really good, and a good crowd on hand here tonight as well at Hastings Civic Arena. I'm Trey Lauer with KDWA. He's Derek Simon with HCTV, partnering up here for this winter sports opener. There we are. As always fun to team up with community partners, and good way to kick off the winter season, and we are underway in the third period. Raiders trying to find 1 goal to tie here. They will play overtime if they need it. 15 seconds gone, and both teams just searching for the puck right now. Turn back over to the Wildcats. Barry's got it at the circle, fires on to Lanning, and she makes the save. Anderson in the corner. 16:25 remaining. I guess it will end in a tie if it's 1-1. But puck loose in front. Bounces back out. Murray takes a shot, fires high. And it's going to go to the right of the boards on the near side. Back to Anderson. Anderson will set up, take a shot, loose in front. Puck still loose in front. Barry's got it. Puck still loose. And a shot, and they score. Robbins puts it in from the circle on the rebound. 5-hole pass Lanning. And it's 2-0 Eagan with 15:50 to go here in the third period.
Third shot of the period, third shot, I think, of that possession down there in the Raiders' end, and finally they find a way to get the puck past Lanning.
First one looked like it ricocheted off a Raider. Second one ricocheted off a Raider. Third one went right back to Robbins and just found the sweet spot behind Addison Lanning and made it a 2-goal lead for the Eagan Wildcats. Now Wedward. It's Eagan not done yet. Here's Granis. Granis now has it taken away for a moment. Mackenzie Kraut moving it up ice now. Here come the Raiders, speeding in with Haley Siebenaller, and it's going to be iced. That was a generous icing, I would say, because they were players well in the area.
See, the puck came out to the side, and a loose puck there for Robbins again in the slot, and able to get past Lanning. And it's been both goals for Eagan tonight. Loose pucks kind of in that slot area they were able to pick up and fire in for goals.
15:25 left here in the opening frame, or opening minutes of the third period. Not the opening frame, but opening minutes of the third frame. .10 now left. Wildcats have it back. They'll set up a shot from the point. Loose. Oh, Lanning thought she had it, and it bounces back out. But the Raiders are able to keep it out and prevent it from becoming a 3-0 advantage. Now Wedward goes to get it. She's got it at the near circle. Makes a Raider miss. Wedward gets it across the red line. Moving it back to Miller. And taken away for a moment by Annie Schriefer. 26-9, the shots on goal in favor of Eagan, who lead the game 2-0. Addison Lanning has been really good for Hastings tonight, but the Raiders do trail 2-0. Puck into the corner on the near side. That's where Schrieffer's got it. Schrieffer bottled up there, and the puck is kind of stuck there along the corner. That's where Schrieffer's got it back. Centering pass in front was right there for Skylar Woodwick. And Whitehead comes up with the stop for Eagan and keeps the Raiders off the board here with 14 minutes and a little less now to go in the game. Raiders with their 10th shot there on that one from Woodwick. And now they will fight for it along the boards on the near side with 13:40 to go here in the third period. Back to Skylar Woodwick. Woodwick just fires it in, goes behind Whitehead's cage. Bottled up there, that's where the Wildcats will have it back. They'll bring it across the ice to Robbins. Robbins at the blue line on the Hockey Day logo, now at the circle, loses it there, back to Heyman, and Heyman will spin it across the blue line over to Thorkelson before it is bottled up there. Dixon fired across to Robbins. Robbins weaving through a couple of Raiders. Now there are 3 Raiders. The entire Raider team is basically on Robbins right now. All 5, as Pogalchuk is there in the area, or Pogachnik is there in the area as well for Eagan. She's got it. Back to Wedward off of her skate and just past the outstretched stick of Mackenzie Kraut to go sprawling into the boards. Shot by the Wildcats. Save made by Lanning as Wedward took the shot from the circle. Here's Schrieffer with it now for Hastings. Gets off of her stick. Granis has it for Eagan now with 12:38 to go. The Raiders have it back in their possession. Schrieffer's got it along the near side. Schrieffer crosses the blue line, dumps it back in, and Whitehead covers up to make the save.
Raiders down here 2-0. Outshot 27-11. Have a offensive zone face-off here to the left of Whitehead. 2 more shots on net here this period. See if they can get something, so maybe some traffic in front of Whitehead and get shot from the point here.
Face-off win for the Raiders for a moment, but Granis will take it back. Now Eagan will have Miller. That's Jade Miller who has it, dumps it in. Oh, puck might have hit a Raider. Might have just grazed a Raider. Bentley Stoffel had it. She's a little ginger after that, but she's still skating. 12 minutes to go here in the period. Olivia Erickson sends it along the near boards to Lexi Fenton. And with 11:50 left here now, the Raiders give it back. They get it back now. Erickson along the far wall. Erickson speeds across the red, crosses the blue, takes a shot. Blocker save by Whitehead. 11:35 left here in the third period. Now the Wildcats try to race back in with 11:30 left. Puck is going to be aerial for a moment. It'll go behind the net. And the Raiders unable to get it back up ice, and Murray retreats back to Cron. For Eagan, haven't called Sarah Cron's name tonight. She's on the ice now for the Wildcats. As Murray fires it back over to Hayden Olsen. And off the stick of a Wildcat. And Delaney Solberg will flip it back over to Heyman with a backhand. Off the wall and past Whitehead for an icing.
Raiders will bring another line out here, get some fresh legs out. Erickson did have a nice rush there, got a good shot off, but unfortunately for the Raiders, they haven't had that follow-up all night where they've been able to get one shot and Egan's been able to get the puck and get it out of the zone.
Raider win the face-off here, and they've got a 2-on-1 for a moment as it's brought up by Kendra Otto. Backhanded and then sticked away. And now the Raiders have to go back into their defensive zone with Olivia Erickson. Erickson off the wall. Oh, hit hard into the boards here along the Eagan side. Was a Raider. They're okay. And brought back closer to Lanning, who fakes out making the save. It's given back as a Raider had it on their stick. Came to it before Lanning had to make the save. And now Siebenaller has it at the blue line near side. Trying for a centering feed for Thorkelson. Just past her. Thorkelson falls down. She had it on her stick for a moment. Now it's Mackenzie Kraut. Push back up ice now on the far side. We cross under 10 minutes to go. Kelsey Umland now into the game for Eagan. She has it, and it's given away. Back near side to Schriefer. Schriefer with 9:48 left, back to Robbins, takes a shot, it's just high. Lanning might have gotten a piece. Battle of number twos, Umland and Heyman along the far wall. Now at the half wall, and Robbins has it back, centering pass, nobody home, and Hastings will try to clear it out. They will finally get it out as Mackenzie Kraut from Allison Werner. And the Raiders right now kind of bottled up a little bit more defensively like they were in the first period.
Exactly like the first period, and they're just icing the puck so they can make a line change, get off the ice.
9:24 left here in the third. 2-0 Eagan. This is a section game. Remember, the Raider girls did not move down to Class A like the Raider boys. There are less girls hockey teams in Minnesota than there are boys hockey teams. So the Raiders, in terms of enrollment numbers, as this puck is loose in front, and Lanning makes a great sprawling effort to keep that one out. 9:05 left here in the third. And Stoffel fires it off the wall, kept in, and Lanning just watches it go behind her net. Didn't need to make a save there. Down goes a Raider, calling for a penalty, and I think we're going to get one right here. Hastings will be going to the power play with 8:51 to go here in the third.
And this is the time for the Raiders to take some chances and try to get this game back to a one-goal game, or you just any sort of bounce you can, it just takes one to go in.
That going to be Granis in the box for Eagan? Tabitha Granis? Yes, that is who that is in the box for the Wildcats. Face-off win here by the Raiders. They'll have 2 minutes to try to get a goal back. 8:43 left in the third period. Raiders on their fourth power play of the night. Shot from the point deflected by Robbins, who's got the second goal for Eagan in this game. This one fired in. And behind Addison Lanning's net, Bentley Stoffel can't keep it alive. Takes a shot, it's fired high. And with 8:22 left, with 8:15.
Raiders just turning the puck over on the power play, and Eagan's been able to rag off several seconds here in the Raider end. So we approach 8 minutes left in the game.
And as the puck rolls down behind the Eagan net here, Murray keeping it alive, dumping it back in with 7:48 left in the game. 55 left on the power play. Shift change coming here for the Wildcats with 7:39 remaining. Along the far wall, and that's where Haley Siebenaller has it. Siebenaller stutter steps, gets it across, moving into the blue line, dumped in and sticked away by Whitehead. .720 to go in the third. Wildcats will clear it here, and this won't be iced. Lanning comes out to get it with 20 seconds left. Stokes tied up with Heyman with 7:05 remaining here in the third period.
And again, Eagan just able to fight on the boards and keep this puck in, and the Raider end killing off the last seconds of the power play.
We will be back to full strength, so Eagan kills it off with 6:48 remaining here in period number 3. 2-0 your score in favor of Eagan. Annie Schriefer not able to do anything with it there. And now Eagan's got it back with Wedward. Wedward loses the handle, has it knocked away for a moment, just squirts through a couple of players and will roll down past Whitehead for an icing. To finish that point about the enrollment numbers, which is why the girls stayed up with less hockey teams in girls hockey than there are in boys. The Raider girls were above the number of enrollment that would be considered a Class A team, but that's not the case for the boys, who finally fell below that long-awaited, well, not long-awaited, but for some people long-awaited, but a long anticipated threshold for the boys. As this puck goes around behind now, near side it comes to Olivia Erickson. Erickson took a shot, I think. Now Schreifer sent around behind as we are a 2-0 game here with 6:05 left. Puck will roll back between the circles. That's where it's picked up by Fenton. And past everybody back down to Lanning. Lanning will make the save with 5:43 left. Shots are 30-13 here in favor of the Eagan Wildcats. They lead the game by a 2-0 score with 5:30 left here. The puck is kind of lodged up against the boards on the far side. Now Egan's got a 2-on-1 in neutral ice. Stokes moving in on the far corner. Stokes trying to turn the corner, centers, shot, rebound, score.
Heyman did a great job there to kind of stop him from having that first option as they come down the ice with the third player down. The F3 was able to get open on the back post and put the puck in, and now 3-0 Eagan at the 5:18 mark of the third period.
Caitlin Berry is going to get credit for the goal here, and I think that's going to be Stokes on the assist. We'll see. Yep, that is exactly who it looked like it was. Stokes will get one. Berry going to get the goal. And we'll see if they credit Reagan Robbins with an assist as well on that. 5:15 left in the third. Eagan now up by a 3-0 score over the Raiders here on a Tuesday night at Hastings Civic Arena. Have to get back to saying that for saying Todd Field for about 3 months here. Raider football team, heartbreaker in the section semifinals to Two Rivers, who ended up falling to eventual section champion St. Thomas Academy. Puck goes sprawling high. Someone finally gave them a game the other week, though, with 4:40 left here, as Rochester Mayo played them tough, but the Cadets came away with the win. Miller takes a shot and stopped by Addison Lanning.
30th save of the night for Addison Lanning, is once again out on the top of her crease, able to read the puck and make the save.
And I don't want the scoreline to be discouraging. She has been phenomenal tonight.
She has been phenomenal. Definitely the best player in white tonight.
Another shot by Eagan, another save by Addison Lanning with 4:30 remaining here in the third. So barring a big final 4:30 here, it's looking like the Raiders will drop their season opener tonight. But it's not over yet. We have seen some wild things happen on this ice over the years. Schreifer, near side, trying to get the puck back over to Allison Werner. Squirts back out to a Wildcat with 4:10 remaining. Dump back in with 4:08 left. Shot, no, taken away by the Raiders. That's Olivia Erickson trying to do it all by herself. She goes down, don't see an arm up, so we're going to play on here. Robbins in front, covered again by Addison Lanning. I think for her first full game in varsity colors for the Raiders, if this is how she looks in the first game, I can't wait to see the rest of the season, because yes, you're losing 3-0, and I would say only one of those goals really is one that was on, I don't want to say on Lanning, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's all three goals have been pretty much in the slot area, and so it's just nothing that's come from the outside that she has not been able to handle.
Puck along the far wall. That's where the Raiders get to it with Haley Siebenaller. Siebenaller loose at the circle, looking for Josie Heyman. Heyman sends it over to Delaney Solberg. Solberg has it back at the far circle. It's taken away for a moment, but the Raiders have it right back. Now in neutral ice with it, it's Sophie Thorkelson. Thorkelson just dumps it in. Dixon is there to chase after it as we hit 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Keeping an eye to see maybe if the Raiders will pull Lanning and go for an extra attacker, but with the score being 3-0, I don't know. We'll see. Here's a shot, and it just sails high in front of the blue paint. Maybe we were at a different angle. Thought maybe that was a little bit closer to the net than it actually was, as we get down to 2:35 left here in the third. There's a shot on Whitehead that is stopped. And it will roll from end to end here, and that's where the Wildcats pick it up with their number 25, Mackenzie Danich. Here's Schwark on a breakaway. Schwark is taken off the puck. Great job by Bentley Stoffel to deny Schwark on the breakaway. Now a Raider goes down, and they're going to call a penalty on Eagan with 2:13 to go. The folks to our left near from Eagan don't like the call, but it's a penalty, and Hastings will go to the power play.
It's like maybe a hook there as Erickson went down.
That's a tough call to make with 2:13 left in the third, but it is going to be a power play and a chance for the Raiders to get on the board here in the final 2 minutes of this one.
Looks like there may be a timeout.
Yep, looks like a timeout being taken here. And that'll let an opportunity to remind you of our next broadcasts over on KDWA Radio. Our next broadcast will be right back here 1 week from tonight when the Raiders take on Dodge County here at Hastings Civic Arena. And HCTV, your next broadcast is the 25th, but the sport is eluding me off the top of my head, so girls hockey. Okay, so you'll be back here in 2 weeks from tonight. So I'll be back here next week. You'll be back here 2 weeks from tonight.
I'll be back here 2 weeks from tonight.
I will be, we'll have somebody in Bloomington for the Raider boys game that night against Bloomington Jefferson in their second game of the season. They'll open the year on November 22nd down in Northfield. So Raiders, a Class A team, but still playing some Double A teams, but they did load up on a lot of their section this year. They'll see Tartan twice, South St. Paul twice, Simley twice. Only see Matamidi once, but they'll play Chisago Lakes. They'll go to Osseo for a section game this year. So, they're going to see most of their section, which is good. Yep. Get used to them, because you're very likely going to see a lot of them again.
Exactly, and I'm kind of excited for that Northfield game. That could be a fun rivalry now that we're down in Single A as well.
They're, what are they, Section 1 in Single A, and we're Section 4?
Yep, 1.
Face-off win by the Raiders. They'll wind up on the power play. Shot might have hit the post on the way in.
Raiders are pulling the goalie now with the power play, so it'll be 6-on-4.
They'll go 6-on-4 here for the next few minutes. Shot loose in front and cleared by Eagan as they look for the 6-on-4 empty net. And they will say it's off. I didn't know you could offsides on a empty netter like that, but or was it carried over? Now they're going to send Lanning back.
Yeah, they'll send her back in now with the puck down in the Raider end. I would assume if the girls are able to get it back down in the Eagan zone, they'll pull her one more time.
So Raiders will take this face-off with 1:45 remaining. Fired back in. Lanning will make the save with the pad. 1:26 left on the power play, so about an 11 to 12 second disparity between game clock and power play. As Erickson moved in and went for the forehand backhand and lost the puck. Now 1:20 left in the game, 1:05 left now on the power play here. Shots are 35-17 in favor of the Eagan Wildcats. They lead the game 3-0 here with 1:08 left to go. We're back to 6-on-4 hockey for 50 more seconds. Puck is in the neutral zone and fired just wide of the empty net. We're under a minute to go here at Hastings Civic Arena. Delaney Solberg now taken to Bentley Stoffel. Stoffel up the near side. Stoffel weaving through traffic. 45 seconds to go here in the third period. Puck is tied up there, and this could take a second. Okay, now we get it out with 35 seconds left. Centering pass, loose in front, just sails wide of Whitehead's net. And now we got 26 seconds to go. 12 seconds left on the power play, just wide of the empty net as the Wildcats went for the full ice score there. Got it now on the red line, and this one is going to find the empty net. It's 4-0 Eagan, and that is Erica Lawrence, the defenseman. And based on the reaction of her teammates, I would imagine that that is a big goal for her.
Sure, maybe number one, the way they're celebrating that one. And they grabbed the puck for her on the bench.
So that has to be her first varsity goal for Erica Lawrence, and that makes it 4-0 Eagan with 10 seconds to go here, and that will probably face off, and then we'll probably just wrap it up.
Yeah, just 10 seconds left.
Barry gets the assist, so a 2-point night for her for Eagan. As the Raiders will get one last rush here, they'll fire one in. Whitehead will make the save, and that'll do it. Eagan takes this one tonight, 4-0 over the Hastings Raiders. It is a shutout win for Alice Whitehead, the Eagan netminder. Addison Lanning makes 32 saves on 35 shots tonight. A spectacular performance from Addison Lanning, albeit in defeat. But the Raiders fall in this one by a 4-0 final score. But they now know what they have to work on. They know what's good. They know what's not good. And they got a whole season to get better.
Yeah, we got another 24 games or so to get for improvement before the postseason. Lanning was outstanding tonight. I thought Olivia Erickson had a nice game. Josie Heyman made some nice plays defensively, so there's some things they can build off from there.
Yeah, and there's some new names to know and some new names that really showed out tonight for the Raiders as the hockey season officially underway here at Hastings Civic Arena, but it is the Eagan Wildcats coming out victorious tonight, 4-0 over the Hastings Raiders, who will go to South St. Paul for their next game on Thursday night. And again, our next broadcast on radio will be here 1 week from tonight. Your next broadcast on TV will be here 2 weeks from tonight following this Hastings Raiders girls hockey. I believe that's Hudson, I believe they're playing in that game. So that will be a fun one for sure. But 4-0 your final. We're going to say goodbye on TV, and we'll be back very briefly to wrap things up on the radio side as well as the two teams head to their locker rooms here at Hastings Civic Arena to conclude this season opening matchup. Final thoughts, Derek?
Hey, well, we don't want to thank our sponsors as well, the Schoolhouse. From prom to weddings, let us suit your formal wear needs, theschoolhouse.com. Thank you again for sponsoring tonight's game. As we said, a young Hastings team and some growing pains maybe here early in the year as they get used to this level of play. Eagan had a lot of speed tonight. I was really impressed by Barry, by Robbins, by Lauren Murray as well. I thought those three really just kind of dominated the game for Eagan, and they put up, as you said, 35 shots.
Producer director for TV, Hunter Pinkey. Camera operator is Ian Andrzak, Max Slocum, Tori Silner, Will Celine. Hunter also does graphics and replay. Hunter does pretty much everything over there. But we're going to sign off on TV. We're going to take a break on radio. We'll be right back there. Raiders fall here to Eagan tonight by a final score 4-0.